warm welcome to you wherever you are watching us from. This is Somalia's top TV station for news and updates, Dalsan TV. Now let's take a look at some of the stories that we have prepared for you. PM Barre held a key meeting with Kenya's Deputy President in Nairobi. Government forces conduct airstrike against Al-Shabaab in Lower Shabelle. Fresh flooding risk alert issued in Somalia amid rising river levels. Welcome back. Now the full bulletin. The Prime Minister of the Federal Government of Somalia, Mr. Hamza Abdi Barre, has led a Somali delegation to a meeting with Kenya's Deputy President, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, at his residence in Nairobi.
Thank you very much, my brother, Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, esteemed ministers, members of Parliament, and all protocols observed. Thank you for extending your kind invitation to me and my delegation, and we appreciate the cultural hospitality afforded to me and my delegation during our visit in Nairobi. And I thank you for hosting us in your beautiful residence today. My sincere condolences for the tragic loss of lives and in Kenya, actually, by the flood, the recent flood in Kenya, and we are sorry too much damage to critical infrastructures. We look forward to the fruitful outcomes of our bilateral cooperation under GCC. It has been an important platform to promote cooperation on a range of important issues for both our nations. Our technical teams have reached the tangible results. They have also identified a number of new potential areas of cooperation which will be addressed in the coming months. Once again, thank you for your kind hospitality and your dedication for advancing our mutual cooperation. Thank you very much.
Excellencies will step to the center where they will shake hands and proceed to take their seats.
Now, the Somalia's government forces, backed by the international partners, have conducted an airstrike targeting roadblocks mounted by the militant group Al-Shabaab to extort the public in Lower Shabelle.
The Somalia's government forces, backed by its international partners, have conducted an airstrike targeting roadblocks mounted by Al-Shabaab militants to extort the public in Lower Shabelle. The Somalia's government forces, backed by its international partners, have conducted an airstrike targeting roadblocks mounted by Al-Shabaab militants to extort the public in Lower Shabelle. The government is yet to release a full information on the number of militants killed during the operation. The operation comes as government forces intensify their strikes against the militants' bases across the country, which has seen several areas liberated. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, backed by top government leaders, have vowed to continue the war against the militants until every part of the country is liberated and normalcy restored.
Somalia Disaster Management Agency, that is SODMA, is now warning of possible flooding in major towns and villages around Somalia's two main rivers, Shabelle and Juba, as well as in major water distributaries, warning of potential impact on lives and properties. Somalia Disaster Management Agency SODMA is warning of possible flooding in major towns and villages around Somalia's main rivers, Shabelle and Juba, as well as in major distributaries, warning of potential impact on lives and properties. SODMA says Water levels at both Juba and Shabelle rivers and distributaries are rising at an alarming rate due to ongoing heavy rains in Somalia and Ethiopia highlands, and warns those living in riparian land to move to high ground and prepare themselves for major flooding and waterborne diseases in the coming 10 days starting today. The Disaster Management Agency warned people living in and around the two rivers and major distributaries to move to higher grounds and desist from crossing flooding areas and bridges. Shabelle and Juba rivers stream downwards from the Ethiopia highlands and cut across Somalia, passing through more than 20 towns, providing a lifeline to millions of people through farming and grazing of livestock. But when the two rivers flood, the water spillage causes major suffering and death, affecting many. Like other East African countries, Somalia is also grappling with the effect of heavy rains that continue to pound parts of the country. Nearly 2.48 million people were impacted, with 1.2 million individuals displaced and 118 reported fatalities, according to SODMA. Beledweyne is one of the most affected towns. The government has taken measures to mitigate the flood effects to ensure safety and support to affected populations. These measures include rapid deployment of emergency teams, establishment of emergency shelters, and distribution of essential supplies to high-risk areas. Now that story brings us to the end of this bulletin. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dalsan TV. Till we meet again, have a good evening.